Winley seems nervous.
Oh.
Do I need vodka shots all the way around?
No.
Audio.
You have vodka?
Okay.
It's fine, yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
No.
Welcome to Lifestyle Profiles. I'm Wendy McGowan Ellis, and today we have two very special guests. Because of all the events that we have going on in Frisco, and they just seem to be growing, I wanted to have Laura Beard, founder of Sasta, and Josh Kappers, her CTO, to come on and talk about what Sasta is. So welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So first of all, let's talk about your backgrounds. How did you get to Frisco or become involved here in Frisco?
Oh, well, I was born in East Dallas to a police officer and a housewife. So I grew up there. My family wanted a little better education and better environment for me than Dallas, but he was stuck in Dallas as a police officer. He had to live there. So he put us through private school up north. We went to school in Richardson, Plano area. So once I graduated, I made lots of friends there. Once I got married, it was just kind of natural to settle in Richardson. So we bought a home there, and eventually ourselves moved a little further north and ended up building another home in Frisco around 2006.
Okay, so Josh, how about you?
So I was raised in a small town called Houghton in Louisiana. I didn't really know what I was going to do with my life after high school, but I started learning to code when I was 14. And by some miracle, I had some friends out here who knew of a startup in Dallas, or in Plano rather, that were looking for somebody to come work for them, and here I am.
Okay, so that's Sasta.
No, it's not.
No, okay.
This is
Another business.
Yeah,
okay.
this is about 10 years ago. It was a startup in Dallas. They were looking for a web developer, and I decided to give it a shot, and they decided to give me a chance too. So
Okay.
here I am now. Yeah.
Okay, so what was the transition for you to get to Sasta, and then we're going to fill in the blank on what Sasta is.
A very dear friend introduced me to you.
Oh, okay.
My very best friend.
Okay.
She's wonderful. But I created Sasta spring a year ago. I was having some issues with a client that we had, not really issues, but we took on a fabulous client out of New York.
Okay.
And we kind of grew and grew. So I had a company called Laura's Events. It was an event company,
Okay.
staffing company, event company. But they asked us to take on more markets. So they asked us to do all of Texas, then New York, then they threw in Chicago. And so
Wow.
as it grew, I needed some kind of system to take care of everything besides emails and text messages and organizing everything. So we came up with the idea with an application so we could post our events and then put it up to a trusted network so those people could see the opportunities and then take them without having me to make a jillion calls saying, can you work? Can you work? Are you available? So anyway, I took the concept to Misty, and she was working with Josh at the time. And she's like, oh my God, I have the perfect guy for you. He's like really into the whole development thing, and he knows exactly what you need. So that's how we got connected. Which was
Okay.
a blessing.
Okay, so
I
Josh,
had no idea.
you built the app.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so tell us about what was that process like?
I mean, it was a lot of work. Actually, previously I've been doing web development for about 10 years, but I've never actually done mobile apps. So June of last year, actually, we sat down and I started learning how to build mobile apps. And then with her direction, her telling me kind of these are the problems that we need to solve, I just started solving them. Like I started to build the apps, get all the servers ready, build the APIs, deploy all the stuff. And
Like a champ. I joke that like he's basically creating the Android version of me, like the robot version of me. Because it's like he's like, what would you do in this situation? I was
Yeah.
like, well, I would do this, this, and this. And he's like, well, we can create that. He's like, anything that you do, we can automate
Yeah.
through code. And I was like, that's amazing.
That's
'Cause
basically
I've been struggling for years to get all these little things done.
Well, and especially in the events industry, which is so human centric, to be
Right.
able to put process and control to that is extremely interesting, which is why I wanted to have y'all on.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
you.
So what are some big projects that are coming up for 2019 or big events that are happening for you guys?
Well, we're mainly focusing on marketing it right now and getting it into people's hands and the knowledge that it's there. Because right
Okay.
now, so our main two focuses are catering companies. So you know Chef Tre Wilcox. I loved your
Yes.
interview with him.
Oh,
It's
good.
fabulous. Chef and
Yes.
I go way back. He uses our application quite a bit because he needs supplemental staff for his events. So he does in-home events and he does events at his space in Frisco. So we're there
Okay.
quite a bit. We have other catering companies that are national that use us as well. But that's not the only aspect. So there's professional level to
Okay.
where, they've got an event, somebody's hired them and they need extra hands to either bartend or serve. There's a whole other aspect to this that is the private sector, which is either corporations or in-home events that people really don't know where to get help. They either have to go to a catering company and pay Chef Tre $3,000 to show up,
Right.
and bring all of his fabulous
all
food,
of
which
his
is not a
team.
bad option.
Right.
But sometimes you literally just want to have, a cocktail party, and
Right.
you're fine with doing the appetizers yourself, but you'd really like somebody to get behind the bar, serve your guests, clean up, keep things refilled, so you're not so busy working the event to where you don't get to network.
Exactly.
You don't get to, visit
Enjoy
with
it.
people that you invited.
Yes.
Be a guest at your own party.
So, Laura, give us an example of how a general user like myself would use Sasta and how this could potentially be a benefit to me.
Right. Okay. Well, I'll tell you a story instead then.
Perfect.
Just last week, we had a client, a longtime client of mine, call me, and she said, "Oh my goodness, I've been seeing what you've been doing on Instagram, and you're talking about this instant bartender, instant service. How does this work? Because I have a friend who is in complete panic mode right now." And I said, "Well, what's going on?" She said, "Well, she has her granddaughter's baby naming in 2 days, and she just assumed that her housekeeper would be there to help. And so she has people flying in from New York. She has family coming to stay. It's a big deal. It's a traditional baby naming." And so she was like, she doesn't know what she's going to do. She called me and asked to borrow my housekeeper. She doesn't want to do it. She's called the country club. She's asked to pillage some of the staff there. They're unavailable. Can you help her? And I said, absolutely. She goes, so she downloads your app. She can get help in 2 days. I said, yes, absolutely. Go do it. So the client called me and she said, how do I do this? And I was like, okay, it's fine. Just download here. It was an easy process. She called me back and said, wow, that was really easy. And she said, I got a confirmation that Esther's coming to help me. And I was like, yes, she'll be there. So she showed up the 2 days later. She wrote me back and she's like, that was amazing. She's like, it took a lot of stress off me. She was brilliant. She was just the perfect person we needed. She said, I was concerned that the level of quality wouldn't be there because she's like, I have really high standards. And my client did tell me, she's like, I will tell you this lady's really picky. And I said, that's fine.
We can handle that.
We can handle that. And she just wrote a rave review about how professional she was. She goes, her quality standards were as high as mine, but yet she was confident enough and relaxed enough to keep me calm during all this and serve the buffet beautifully, take care of all my guests. And she goes, when I was done, the house was perfect. The kitchen was clean. She goes, it was a huge relief.
So, Laura, tell us about what kinds of people you're looking for staff-wise to be involved with Sasta.
Oh, okay. We have all kinds of staff on our network. We have professionals that have been in the industry for a very long time. We've got people that have worked for us for 10 years plus. We also have people that want supplemental income. So I've got real estate agents that work with us. I've got medical students that work with us, just trying to make a little extra income here and there. And it works out beautifully because they can work when they want. They can pick up shifts. They can drop shifts easily within the network. When they do, we don't have a cancellation problem because it goes right back up. Other people can pick it up who are qualified.
Okay, excellent.
Which is perfect.
And this is everything from bartenders to
Bartenders
waitstaff?
and servers right now.
Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
we do have some kitchen prep help as well that's available, chefs and things like that. So
To support some
support.
professional chefs. Okay,
Exactly.
very good.
Exactly. We try to take really good care of our staff on our network by paying them within 48 hours. So the whole process is set up that they can get on the network, they can find a position, it's immediately available to them because they've already been pre-qualified for what they can do. So they can accept it. Once they get a notification the day before that they have an event, because this is it's work here and there, so it's not like a 5-day-a-week schedule. So you might forget, like, oh, I booked a party last week, I need to be there. So we set up a reminder the day before, an hour before. They get an opportunity to clock in and clock out. Once they do that, Josh has built an incredible payment system. It kicks off and they get paid within 48
That matters.
hours. It does. So they don't have to wait a week, 2 weeks. I mean, most people who are looking to pick up gigs here and there, it's because they have an emergency now.
Exactly.
They need money now, not 2 weeks from now.
Right.
So by taking care of them, we know, we've seen it in the past, that they take care of our clients, excellent care of our clients.
So how can our audience download the app and then start using and engaging with your company?
Yeah, so I mean, you can go to the App Store or either the iOS App Store or the the Google Play Store, and you can download our apps there. You can just search for Sasta events. You can also just go to the website. It's our website, sasta.us. We have links there to the apps as well.
Okay, perfect. Well, so if you have events coming up and you need extra hands and extra help, don't forget Laura and Josh, and Sasta.us is their website.
Absolutely.
So if you're wanting to participate in your own party in your home, we have the solution here for you. Laura, Josh, thank you so much. Sasta, I'm booking
Thank
it
you.
for my next party, that's for sure.
We'll
Thank
be
you
there.
so much for
Thank
being
you.
here.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.